Imagine a crowded city bus during rush hour, filled with people from all walks of life. Among them, there's a young boy named Sam, who is balancing himself on crutches, navigating the bumpy road with ease. Despite having only one leg, he's a familiar face on this bus, and even though life has dealt him a challenging hand, he always carries himself with grace and a smile. Little did he know that one small act of kindness on that bus would set off a chain of events that would completely transform his life in ways he could never imagine. On this particular day, Sam was lucky to find a seat near the front. As the bus picked up passengers, it quickly filled up. Soon, every seat was taken, and the aisles were crowded with people clutching onto railings and handles. Then, at the next stop, an elderly woman stepped onto the bus, looking frail and tired. She scanned the crowded bus, searching for a place to sit, but there was no seat available. Without a second thought, Sam, who had already settled himself and was resting his crutches, immediately got up and offered his seat to the elderly woman. She looked at him with surprise, noticing his missing leg and the crutches that stood beside him. She hesitated, her voice trembling with both gratitude and concern. "Oh no, dear, you need this seat more than I do," she said, trying to refuse his offer. But Sam just smiled and insisted. "Please, ma'am, you should sit." "I can manage," he said, his voice gentle yet firm. She reluctantly accepted, touched by his kindness, and thanked him repeatedly as she sat down. Sam simply smiled and brushed it off, choosing instead to stand in the crowded aisle, balancing carefully as the bus jostled along the route. What Sam didn't realize was that his simple act of kindness was noticed by nearly everyone on that bus, including a businessman who had been watching from a few rows back. This man, Mr. Thompson, was a successful entrepreneur, known in the city for his generosity, but also for his discerning eye. Something about Sam's selfless gesture struck a chord with him, and he couldn't shake the image of the young boy giving up his seat, despite his own physical challenges. The way Sam carried himself, with humility and a quiet strength, left an impression on Mr. Thompson. As the bus ride continued, Mr. Thompson found himself thinking about his own journey to success. He'd started from humble beginnings too, working hard and overcoming numerous obstacles along the way. Seeing Sam reminded him of himself, and he couldn't ignore the feeling that fate had placed the boy on that bus for a reason. Quietly, he made a note to find out more about Sam. The next day, Mr. Thompson made some inquiries in the neighborhood where he had seen Sam get off the bus. It wasn't long before he learned that Sam lived in a modest apartment with his mother, who worked multiple jobs to make ends meet. Despite their struggles, Sam was known in the neighborhood for being cheerful and hardworking, often helping out wherever he could. He had lost his leg in a car accident a few years back, a tragedy that had changed his life but hadn't dampened his spirit. Intrigued by Sam's story and moved by his resilience, Mr. Thompson decided to pay the family a visit. When he arrived at their small apartment, he was greeted warmly by Sam's mother, who was surprised but grateful for the unexpected visitor. She invited him inside, where he got a glimpse of their modest but cozy home, filled with warmth despite its simplicity. After a brief conversation, Mr. Thompson explained that he had seen Sam on the bus and had been deeply moved by his act of kindness. "Your son has a heart of gold," he said to Sam's mother, who nodded with pride. "He's always thinking of others, even when he's the one who needs help," she replied. She went on to explain how Sam had faced so much since his accident, but had always remained positive, refusing to let his disability define him. Mr. Thompson listened intently, impressed by Sam's strength and the love that filled their home. He looked at Sam, who sat quietly beside his mother, a little shy but beaming with pride. Mr. Thompson had an idea a way he could help this remarkable boy who had unknowingly inspired him. Turning to Sam, he said, "I'd like to offer you an opportunity, Sam. You see, I run a program for young people who show promise and determination, just like you. It's a scholarship that helps cover educational expenses, and it comes with mentorship from myself and my team." He went on to explain that the scholarship wasn't just about academics. It was designed to support young people in their personal growth and future careers. Sam's eyes lit up, and his mother's face filled with gratitude. "But Mr. Thompson wasn't done. I'd also like to help you with some things that will make your life a little easier," he continued. He offered to connect them with a medical team that could provide a custom-fitted prosthetic leg for Sam, one that would allow him greater mobility and independence. Sam's mother was overwhelmed with gratitude, unable to hold back her tears, as she thanked Mr. Thompson for his kindness. Sam, too, was speechless, a mix of joy and disbelief flooding over him. He had never expected that a simple act of kindness on a bus would lead to such a life-changing opportunity. In the weeks that followed, Sam began his journey with the scholarship program, attending sessions and meeting other young people who, like him, had faced their own struggles. The program offered him guidance, mentorship, and a community of support. He also started working with a team of specialists who fitted him with a prosthetic leg, allowing him to walk with more ease and confidence than he had in years. For Sam, each day brought new challenges, but he approached them with the same resilience and positivity that had defined him all along. With Mr. Thompson's support and his own determination, he began excelling in his studies and discovering talents he hadn't known he possessed. He took an interest in engineering, fascinated by the mechanics behind his prosthetic, and eager to learn how things worked. As time passed, Sam's life continued to transform in ways he could never have imagined. The scholarship opened doors he had once thought were closed to him, and his newfound mobility gave him the freedom to explore his dreams without limitations. He became an inspiration to those around him, not only because of his courage, but also because of his kindness, the very quality that had set this journey in motion. Mr. Thompson, too, was deeply affected by his relationship with Sam. Seeing the young boy's journey reminded him of his own struggles and reinforced his belief in the power of compassion. He felt grateful for the chance encounter on the bus, which had given him the opportunity to make a difference in Sam's life. For him, it was a reminder that even the smallest acts of kindness can have ripple effects, changing lives in ways we may never fully understand. Years later, Sam graduated with honors, his sights set on a career in engineering. He had a bright future ahead of him, filled with promise and potential. And though he had achieved so much, he never forgot where it all began, with a simple act of kindness on a crowded bus, offering his seat to someone in need. Sam remained humble, always finding ways to give back to others, just as Mr. Thompson had done for him. He continued to volunteer in his community, helping young people with disabilities find confidence and independence. His journey had come full circle, from a boy who faced challenges with a smile to a young man who inspired others through his resilience and kindness. In the end, Sam's story became a reminder that kindness and generosity are never wasted. Even in our most ordinary moments, a small gesture of compassion can change lives, opening doors and creating connections that last a lifetime. And for Sam, that one choice on a bus had not only changed his own life, but had created a legacy of kindness that would live on through everyone he touched.